With just a couple weeks before Brant comes out, I thought I'd make a quick video going over some farming tips. Brant will be a bit more difficult to farm for, because he has 3 substats with high priority, being crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge. With that being said, let's get straight into it. The number one most important thing you should be doing for Brant is farm Diurnus Knight. Since the hardest part of echo building is the 3 costs, Diurnus Knight is one of the best echoes to farm for Brant, since it has a 100% drop rate. Since you're going to need a ton of energy recharge on Brant to try to max out his attack buff, and since you're going to be competing with 10 different main stat rolls to try and get energy recharge, you're going to want to farm a ton of these guys early. I know a lot of you are considering using the Molten Rift set instead, since it's much easier to build to get good damage on Brant. The problem with Molten Rift is that it will make his Liberation harder to cast on his second rotation, since his Resonance Liberation energy cost is really high. On top of that, the new endgame mode Wuthering Waves will oftentimes leave you starting with 0 resonance energy, making Tidebreaking Courage the way to go. Another great thing about Diurnus Knight is that he respawns every day, making him one of the easier 3 costs to obtain an abundance of. And here are the main spots you'll find Diurnus Knight for your daily route. There are a couple more inside a tower from a quest, but they're harder to get to and generally not worth your time to travel there. As for 3 costs, there's definitely one more echo to include, and that's the Hurriclaw. While there's not too many of these on the map, it's good to farm them since they only belong to the Tidebreaking Courage set. This means that when you do get an energy recharge piece, it will be on the right set. And lastly, there's one more tip for farming Brant Echoes. Chop Chop Leftless, Chop Chop Rightless, and Chop Chop will often appear together when farming. All 3 of these echoes belong to the Tidebreaking Courage set as well, making them efficient to farm for Brant. And just to quickly go over why farming so many echoes will be a good idea, Brant will want a minimum of 250 energy to get Dirge's 30% damage bonus. You can also cap that buff at 280 energy, which will be very difficult to achieve since even with perfect substat rolls on energy recharge, without a weapon, you will have 236 energy recharge. So when you're building your echoes for Brant, really try and prioritize the energy recharge substat, and make sure you're using energy recharge main stats for your 3 costs. If you get basic attack damage bonus, this will also be nice, since he will be missing an echo's worth of damage bonus. Under most circumstances, you will want to go crit rate for Brant's 4 cost, but if you're planning on going for sequence 2, you can go for crit damage since he will get 30% crit rate on his primary sources of damage. As for attack percent, it's going to be valuable, but not as valuable as basic attack damage bonus. This test has all perfect rolls on Brant, but I removed 1 attack percent on one test and basic attack damage bonus on the other. As you can see, he will lose more damage without the basic attack damage bonus. That's going to wrap it up for this video. If you got some useful information out of it, please leave a like and subscribe, as I will be making a more detailed Brant guide before his release. And thank you for watching.